What's up guys, it's your guy Tyler with Super Squad D, and today I got a video that I'm so excited to talk about. I want to tell you guys about the 5 omnibus that I think you should check out that are currently in print right now. Now there's so many lists going on that you can find all over the internet about top 10 omnibus and top 5 omnibus and omnibus you got to check out, but annoyingly a lot of those are out of print. And so I thought, you know what, I'd like to make a new user, new reader friendly list that has 5 omnibus that I absolutely love that are currently in print that you can get right now that you can check out. So without further ado, oh my gosh, instead could you just tell me like right now? I don't want to waste time watching a dumb video. Yeah, sure. Captain America by Ed Brubacher, The New Mutants by Chris Claremont, Batman by Scott Snyder, Super Sons by Tomasi, and yeah, Deadpool by Poston. Thank you. I never have to watch this again. Okay guys, for those of you who stuck around who want to hear about why I like these omnibus, let's jump into it. Okay, first up, let's talk about The New Mutants by Chris Claremont. This book is a little bit dated and the writing is a little bit old school. And now I don't mean Bronze Age or Silver Age or Golden Age old school, but I mean it's like that like mid to late 80s style of writing. But let me tell you, don't be thrown off by that because this book is incredible. Now I got a review coming out just on this book, but I'll say this book is very much like an operatic where you have a ton of different stories that are all beautifully woven together. So when you read this book, you feel like you're watching a movie. Interestingly enough, there is a movie. But you feel like you're watching this really long, well-written, well-pieced together movie. Too often in comic books, you'll read like a 6-issue arc and you'll be like, oh, that's interesting. And then the next 6-issue arc won't have anything to do with the first 6-issue arc. And so on and so forth, where you don't feel like there's a lot of connectivity in the story. This is the exact opposite of that. This book is nothing but one giant story masterfully told by Chris Claremont, who is a wonderful writer. And it just ebbs and weaves so smoothly from one story to the next. There's just really rich character, great growth, and it's a wonderful place to start reading because it's a brand new X-Men team at this point. And so I think you'll love it. Who is this book for? This book is for people who enjoy young teenage teams that are just coming together and forming without a lot of backstory and a history that you don't have to know about. You can just jump right in and read. So if you like those teen drama like Teen Titans or Young Justice, you're gonna love this book, give it a chance. My second choice on this list is Captain America by Ed Brubacher. Lucky for you, as of recording this video, it just got reprinted. And this book is incredible. Ed Brubacher is a master writer. It's modern, it's sleek, there's a lot of really on your edge suspense storytelling. It is a spy thriller before it's anything else. And that makes me just absolutely love it. Now, if you're anything like me, I never really liked Captain America's comic book character. I just kind of always found him a little bit bland, but this book, man, it hooks you right away. There's a spy thriller, and what's really cool about this book and this series by Ed Brubacher is we get a lot of material that is adapted for live action films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So you will love this book. So who will love this book? You will love this book if you enjoy spy thrillers, intense action with suspense and mystery. This book is for you. You gotta check it out. Third on my list, and the last book at Marvel, is this book that's turned around backwards. Okay. Well, it's Deadpool by Poston and Dugan. And let me just say, there's a million Deadpool books out there and a million Deadpool omnibus. Why did I choose this one? Well, binding issues aside on the book, the story is actually really fun. I mean, it is just your modern, updated, Deadpool, dumb, hilarious, fourth wall breaking humor. This book, I would say, is one of the closest in line with a Deadpool movie. And so, if you like the character Deadpool, you think he's funny, you think his fourth wall breaks are hilarious, you laugh at dumb jokes, this book is for you. And I gotta be honest, the binding issues are a problem for some people, but honestly, I think you're gonna be just fine. And you can always pick it up in different formats if you want to, but this book right here is really fun. So who's gonna like it? Fans of comedy, slapstick comedy, and of course fans of the Deadpool movie. You're gonna love this book. Give these stories a chance. I think it'll be right up your alley. Fourth on the list, we're gonna jump over to DC and we're gonna talk about Batman by Scott Snyder.
I'm Batman.
Now this omnibus is, I would say, it's the first half of Scott Snyder's epic Batman tale, and I would say this is probably the most popular Batman run in the last decade. It is a great book. It's a great jumping on point. You don't have to know a ton of Batman history to jump in because it's right at the beginning of the New 52, which was DC's relaunch of their entire universe. And so you get a fresh starting point with Bruce Wayne, where he does a great job of building up the supporting cast, telling really interesting and wonderful stories. Talk about compelling, which is something that is important to me as a reader. This book is so compelling. Like, once you start reading it, you will not be able to put it down. There's some great mysteries, there's great new characters, there's returning old characters. It is a wonderful story and a wonderful omnibus. The only downside, I'll say, is that it's volume 1 of volume 1. Like, it's supposed to have 2 volumes, and who knows if DC will ever release it, but don't let that stop you. There's some modern classic Batman in here. So who will love this? Fans of street level shows or street level heroes like Daredevil, Spider-Man, Moon Knight, Batman, of course, being the premier street level hero at DC. You're not going to go wrong with this omnibus. You will be really glad that you picked it up and read it. Highly recommend. Now, the final book I want to recommend is actually Super Sons. And this is by Tomasi and Gleason. Now, this is the old omnibus edition. They just re-released a new version that has more material that I absolutely have to pick up. And I'm ashamed to say that I've not picked it up yet. But this story is filled with so much heart and joy that you just won't be able to get enough of it. I don't know anyone who's not enjoyed this story, honestly. It's so fun. It centers around Batman's son, Damian, as Robin, and Superman's son, John, as Superboy. And it's stellar. It's the writing has so much heart, so much passion, and you really see that come through in the characters. There's such a great dynamic duo and such a fun dichotomy of just kids getting into mischief and getting into trouble. I think this book is for all ages, and that's one thing that makes it so special is it's really a book for all ages and for people who love heartwarming family tales, superheroics, and just some good old-fashioned kid fun. Like, it reminds me a little bit of some 80s and 90s movies we got, like The Goonies.
I just saw the most amazing thing in my entire life!
And other coming-of-age tales. You just love it. It's a modern classic. I really think you're going to enjoy it, so give it a shot. Anyway, guys, if you made it here, what? Thanks for sticking around and watching the whole video. I thought for sure you'd peace out once I just divulged the secrets and told exactly what my picks were. If you hadn't done it already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and leave a comment. Let me know what your suggestions would be for your top 5 favorite omnibus that are currently in print as of February 2021. I guess, now that I think about it, at some point, I'm gonna have to make an updated version of this because these are gonna go out of print probably, and people are gonna find this video a millennia later, and it's all gonna be irrelevant. So I guess today, Super Squad D stands for did not really think this through.